Ready for the opening tip-off. Oklahoma State, Southern Cal, final game of the evening.
Welcome most of you watching Georgetown and Arkansas. Kevin Harlan alongside John Sundvold and Charles Davis here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Duke won earlier tonight.
Trepanier on the hop, down the lane, gets the kind bounce, and SC takes the lead.
Oklahoma State starts in the man-to-man, but Trepanier really very good going to the basket. Is an outstanding athlete. 40-inch vertical jump, just blew by the defender out on the perimeter.
So Jeff Trepanier at the line, and here's the starters. Jansayan, Sanders, Williams, Baker, and Williams in the backcourt. Luthenthal, Clancy, Scalabrini, Granville for the Southern California Trojans. Pull-up jump shot off the break is good for Victor Williams, a sophomore from Kansas City. And it's a 3-2 game. Inside, Clancy rolling off the back rim and the bounce. The nice shooter's roll for Sam Clancy. And for those of you that just joined us, Oklahoma State's Eddie Sutton is at his toughest season. 10 members of their family, including 2 players, were killed in a flight from Colorado to Stillwater, and they've managed somehow to keep basketball on their minds.
Yes, basketball has helped them move through this tragedy, and they won 5 of their last 7 games to get here. They're concerned about Southern Cal, a big, strong team, and those are the kinds of teams that have given the Cowboys problems this season.
Took place back on January 27th. They look inside. Jansayan almost throws it away. Mo Baker feeds Jansayan. He rolls to the basket. Jump hook rattles in.
Jansayan, not a power guy inside, but he's really got some nice moves down along the baseline and on the interior. He's very difficult to defend in there.
Junior from Uppsala, Sweden. Trepanier can't handle the pass, and SC turns it over. 6-4 our score. And coming up next, some of you will be heading to Cincinnati, BYU, or Iowa State in those Pirates from Hampton. Backdoor, nice play. Williams with the layup.
And that's a very positive sign for Oklahoma State to get Victor Williams off and going early.
Victor Williams had a career-high 26 versus Oklahoma, 18 in the first half of play. He transferred from Illinois State. Was the top freshman in the Missouri Valley.
And when Victor Williams gets going, he is a sight to behold. He's strong.
Funny how a team that shows a little bit of energy, especially on the defensive end, can change their fortunes on both ends of the floor.
Well, and most of this run has come, again, Evans and Coleman on the sideline as D.A. Lane, who's going to check in the lineup. But Lane, their leading scorer. Evans and Coleman, the 2 guys they rely on inside for much of their production.
Bryant will leave and Sayoye will leave, and checking back in the game will be Justin Gage, who plays football for the Tigers. He's a wide receiver, and freshman center Arthur Johnson. 20 on the shot clock, 8:53 to play in the first half. They go inside, knocked away, picked up. Johnson knocked it away. Here comes Stokes. Tigers have numbers. Oh, they're trying to go up with Johnson on the alley-oop, and he fumbled it away.
Missed opportunity, but great hustle by Steve Thomas to get back defensively.
Tigers on top, 21-13. Test your knowledge of tournament trivia and participate in live polls through this interactive telecast, available only on Ultimate TV. Another Tiger turnover, number 4 now, as Williams takes it the other way and nails the three-point shot. Ezra Williams, the sophomore from Marietta, Georgia.
And the strength defensively, active hands. Rush got caught picking up the dribble. Williams stripped him and then still finished it on the other end.
Georgia has outscored Missouri 15-6 after the Tigers went up 15-0.
Another steal.
6 Missouri turnovers. Daniels galloping the other way and takes it inside as he bumps into Gage, and The Tiger football player and basketball player picking up the foul.
And how quickly this game has changed now. Momentum on the Bulldog side, just from the defensive end. You mentioned the energy.
At the free throw line, Chris Daniels, freshman from Albany, Georgia. And he has been very effective over the last 5 games for the Bulldogs, 10 of 13 from the field. He was one of the top high school players in the country. And recruited by Jim Herrick, can catch every shot, every game, and every Cinderella story. Live scoring exclusive at the internet's home of college basketball, cbs.sportsline.com or AOL keyword CBS Sportsline.
Well, talking to a lot of different people this week, and you talk and ask how Jim Herrick's done and what's he doing in the game. And Mark Radford said, hey, he is as good as anyone on the sideline at making adjustments and recognizing the flows of the games, the matchups that are working or not working. Good finish by Rush.
Pretty drive inside the lane.
And what Herrick did in this ball game down 15-0, took out Evans and Coleman. Really, their stars inside, and some guys off the bench have gotten them back in this ball game.
Missouri knocks it away out of the cock shooting hand of Chris Daniels, and a timeout with the Missouri Tigers leading the entire way. Up now 23-15.
To a zone. Jan Sayan posted up across the lane. Baby hook is good.
He's really nice and smooth down on the inside.
Oh my! Kanye the other way from Grenville. And the Trojans want to run it. And this Trepanier, a heck of an athlete, competed on the USC track team in the long jump and the high jump.
Trepanier takes off, headed down to the other end. Gus, this really is not that well thrown a ball, but Trepanier catches it low and then just brings it back up and dunks it home.
Never competed before in track, and he won the USC-UCLA dual meet, jumped 6'9"3/4. Placed second in the Pac-10. 12-9.
Well, heck, if they were throwing the ball up for him when he was trying to do that high jump, no wonder he got up so high.
I hear you. Trepanier with the rebound. His second. Here comes little Brandon Granville. Now Blumenthal draws a double and fires it towards us. 15:52 to go, first half of play. SC up 12-9.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Southern Cal with a 3-point lead on Oklahoma State. We will keep you updated on that game, but those of you awaiting BYU and Cincinnati first round action in the West in San Diego, let's send you there now and join Dick Enberg and Bill Walton.
Final game of our quadruple header. The Brigham Young University Cougars from the Mountain West Conference, newly formed against the Bearcats of Cincinnati. A look at the bracket here. The Western Region games here in San Diego today. Stanford, the #1 seed, rolls impressively, and 2 very competitive contests. St. Joe's over Georgia Tech. And we've just seen the upset of Indiana, the 4th seed by 13th seed. Golden Flashes of Kent State. Now with Bill Walton, what can we expect here? BYU against Cincinnati.
5 times today in the 12 games, the lower seeded team has won. So for the Cougars to come out and have a really strong performance, it's going to have to come from their main man in the middle, Wesley. This is the guy who can separate himself because the Cincinnati front court is not that good. The back court could very well be a wash. BYU is very strong. We all know about Cincinnati. We've done so many of their games this year with Satterfield and Logan. So if Wesley can have the huge game, then BYU can come off with the upset.
Well, Logan, the player of the year in the Conference USA, and we know he can bomb from outside.
A terrific player. In practice yesterday, he was red hot, stroking threes, running everything. Very compact player, built low to the ground, the crossover dribble, the ability to get to the hoop. Everything happens because of Steve Logan. Satterfield also able to come and have strong performances now. But for Bobby Huggins, what's he going to get from his big guys inside? It's been a major disappointment there.
Well, but the premise we started with today was championships are won by teams with outstanding backcourt play. We just saw an example. Trevor Huffman of Kent State took the game over and beat Indiana down the stretch almost single-handedly.
And what we're going to have today is one team coming together, finding that chemistry, that spirit, that urge to push to the final gun right here. Maybe it'll be Wesley, maybe it'll be Logan. Up in the air right now, Dick.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. For Brigham Young University, Wesley, their star senior at 6'9", with Cooper. Knight, somewhat a surprise as a starter. He's been bothered by a back injury all year, but size at 6'10", with Trent Whiting and Farrell Leday in the backcourt. Jamal Davis, Emmanuel McElroy, B.J. Grove, the big 6'11" sophomore, with Satterfield and Logan in the backcourt. They are the strength of this Bearcat team of Bob Huggins in his 12th year. A win today would be his 300th victory as the head coach at Cincinnati. Steve Cleveland in his 4th year at the Provo, Utah campus. And what a solid job he's done. DeMayo, Adams, Stewart, and the ball's in the air. Leday of BYU, and here we go.
Steve Cleveland, a lot of experience playing in this building. They're in the same conference, the Mountain West, as the host team, San Diego State Aztecs. Steve Cleveland's first victory as a head coach came right here at Cox Arena in San Diego at the expense of the Aztecs.
Oh, great pass inside to Knight. A touch pass to Nate Knight, and BYU with the first bucket of the game.
Terrell Leday, so smooth, finding the big guys inside. Now Knight's playing with a very sore back, unable to practice much at all lately.
The perimeter defense, Steve Cleveland said, was his biggest concern, not giving Logan and Satterfield and company that good outside shot. And the first shot by Logan misfires. Nathan Cooper with a rebound.
Cooper, a very important role player for Steve Cleveland. Now, can Whiting make it happen against Satterfield? Does he have the quickness and explosiveness to create? Traveling violation at Whiting.
Trent Whiting out of the gate before the ball on the floor, and a 2-0 early BYU lead. Here comes Cincinnati. The Bearcats this year 23-9, number 5 seed. They had their final exams, many of them on Monday, had to cram those in, and then headed west from Cincinnati out here to San Diego. Satterfield.
Cincinnati must shoot the ball well. It's not a strong rebounding team. Foul over the top, B.J. Grove.
First whistle of the game goes against Grove. He and Donald Little will share that post position throughout the game.
Bob Huggins plays the 2 big guys, B.J. Grove and Donald Little. Rotates them, tries to get something out of these 2 very young, promising guys. They're both sophomores. They're both near 7-footers.
Leday sees some daylight, takes the 17-footer, well short, batted back out. Whiting.
Disciplined BYU team. Nice penetration of this, but an offensive foul Leday. B.J. Grove standing in there.
Now the first foul on Leday, who played at Fresno, California High School, Hoover High, and 2 years at Fresno City College, and that rings familiar. Steve Cleveland graduated through the Fresno High School and City College system.
Thought he was just going to spend the rest of his life in Fresno. And he got this phenomenal opportunity to coach the Cougars.
Yeah, they weren't waiting in line to get the job after a 1-25 season, but he's rebuilt the program as Kenny Satterfield drills the 3. Cincinnati in front.
How long ago was that 1-25 season?
Just 4 seasons ago.
What a turnaround for Cleveland. Here's Wesley inside, a double team.
Taken away by Jamal Davis.
Jamal Davis, we've come to know as a terrific defensive player. Satterfield wild down the lane.
Steve Cleveland, who played his college ball at UC Irvine. Look at the progress. He inherited the 125 every year improvement. 24-8 this season.
Now the 1-25, that doesn't go on Cleveland's record.
No, that was Coach Reed. Long fire by Leday. Wright had it for a moment, batted out to Grove.
Knight was held that time. Referees just put the whistle in their pocket early on.
McElroy back outside to Satterfield.
BYU will play very solid defense.
The runner by Satterfield. Last touch by Cincinnati.
Now, one of the reasons that Steve Cleveland is going with Nate Knight, big number 1 out there.
Rebound and put back.
It's that inside power that concerned Eddie Sutton.
And the Trojans take an 18-9 lead. Now Williams on the hesitation. They call him for carrying the ball.
We mentioned Scalabrini, big kid at 6'9", 250 pounds. He's underneath the basket, and that's Victor Williams trying to block him out, or excuse me, Mo Baker, and that's just a mismatch there. Baker, a pretty good rebounder, but he's only 6'1".
Here comes Granville down the lane. And Brandon Granville blowing right through the Oklahoma State Matador defense. 10-0 run for the Trojans. Timeout called by the Cowboys. Granville, small in size, but gutsy, going right to the bucket.
USA final. That game they lost to Charlotte.
Whistle against Cincinnati. Timeout.
12:22 to go here in the first half of play. And Oklahoma State trailing these Trojans big so far. Eddie Sutton seeing a 10-0 run by the USC Trojans. So here we go. Baker has not looked for his offense thus far. He's the leading scorer.
Trepanier has done a nice job in the man-to-man, and when they've been playing zone, they've been able to shift over and find him.
Luthenthal. A reach-in foul called against Melvin Sanders.
And thus far in this game, the Trojans just a little bit quicker to the ball. Oklahoma State really having a hard time getting in any kind of a rhythm, either offensively or defensively.
Henry Bibby, former UCLA standout, won 3 national championships with the Bruins. Won an NBA championship with the New York Knicks. Has coached at about every level.
Won a CBA championship as a coach.
Now Scalabrini drives. Clancy pops out. Trepanier, the lefty. Clancy looking for it. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Cowboys. 11:53 to go first half. 20-9 USC.
So Southern Cal with a 20-9 lead on Oklahoma State. We'll keep you updated on that game. But those of you headed for Boise, Idaho, they're about to tip off first-round West Region action. Hampton and Iowa State. Let's send you there live, enjoying Craig Bolerjack and James Worthy with the call. Gentlemen.
Well, the West Region of Boise, Idaho rolls on as game 4 of the day as the 15th seed Hampton taking on the number 2 seed Iowa State. It's been a day of wild finishes. George Mason beat Wisconsin by 1. Maryland advanced with a 3-point win over George Mason, and Georgetown beat Arkansas at the buzzer 63-61, a game that just finished up here about a half an hour ago. Hi everybody, I'm Craig Bolerjack along with James Worthy. Hampton an underdog, yes, but Tarvis Williams is the man that will have to carry the load tonight. 6'9" and a do-it-all guy.
Senior season.
Nice backdoor feed to Jones. Evans with the toss.
Nice soft pass, easy to handle, good cut. Happened quickly backside, weak side help couldn't get there.
Approaching 3 minutes to play. The Tigers began at 15-0 over the Bulldogs.
Georgia matchup zone defense. They've got to find the shooter.
You like that defense?
I do. They've been in a solid man-to-man. They've made a comeback, but they've got to find shooters. Gilbert's the one they want to match up. Stokes is okay if he's open.
Shot clock. 5-4. Here comes Paulding with 1 second on the shot clock, and over the 7'1" Rob Dryden.
The ability of Paulding also to put it on the floor and create his own shot.
He has hit the last 6 points for the Missouri Tigers. Bulleting a pass inside. D.A. Lane to Rob Dryden. Another 1-point game. Dryden, 12 points, 5 of 6 from the field.
Season high is 13. Career high 22 a couple years ago against Texas. He's off to a good start.
Lance Gilbert quickly double. On top to Stokes with the drive and the Georgia foul on top.
In the reaction defensively of this Bulldog squad. Quick to the shooters.
You're down 15-0. What did Jim Herrick do that you've been able to see just to turn up the notch of energy?
I think the biggest key, Dryden came in the ball game, Steve Thomas came in, Adrian Jones came in. All of a sudden defensively they were better, more aggressive, challenged the shooters. Missouri missed some shots. They're a team that will shoot at any occasion, whether they're ahead or behind. Missouri, if they're down, they can get back in by their shooting. If they're ahead, sometimes they allow teams to come back because of their outside shooting by misses. And then Jim Herrick was careful enough to insert different players back in and out. We have not seen much of Sean Coleman since the start of this ballgame.
Jones on top, bumping into Gilbert. Under 2 minutes to play. Dryden inside. And a straight-jacketed Missouri defense for the lead. Williams. Good! And Georgia back on top with their biggest lead tonight.
Good double by Stokes, but terrific patience by Dryden not to force issue. Swing the ball around Williams. Straight on.
The team with the worst record of the 64 teams in the tournament, coming back from 15 down, leading by 2. Stokes with a Johnson screen, and Johnson inside, finding Sayoya with a deceptive move, and a rebound by Evans.
Well, the presence of Dryden. Arthur Johnson ball faking, doesn't shoot it. Sayoya ball faking, good move by Lane. Got to finish the layup.
And Williams tried to follow, and a foul called on Missouri.
Looked like D.A. Lane was worried more about contact. He had a wide open layup.
So more Georgia free throws. The Bulldogs are 7 of 11 at the free throw line. Missouri 2, make it 3 of 4.
And Missouri looks more frustrated on the offensive end. Rush not getting touches, not finding any openings. And Dryden a huge presence even on defense.
Ezra Williams missing the first free throw, and here the conclusion of every NCAA tournament game. We will select a Chevy MVP from each team. To date, Chevrolet has contributed approximately $8 million to the scholarship funds of America's colleges and universities, like the University of Georgia and the University of Missouri.
A good hand for Dryden as he'll sit out. Needed a break, raised his hand.
Dryden was in there. Georgia outscored Missouri 33-18.
Good help by Evans on Gilbert.
Gilbert inside to Johnson. Shoved from behind by Steve Thomas, a freshman.
Gilbert's ability also to put it on the floor. Used to just be a jump shooter. Now can take you off the floor. Good assist man, leads his team in assists.
Now coming up on Singular at the half, Greg Gumbel, a tired Greg Gumbel, and Clark Kellogg. Those guys have pulled yeoman duty today. We'll get you updated on all the tournament news, all the scores and highlights, plus a live look at all the action going on in the NCAA tournament. All coming up next on Singular at the half from our studios in New York. First free throw no good. Chris Daniels will check back in for the Bulldogs, and leaving will be Ezra Williams.
Arthur Johnson, 52% free throw shooting. Has good form.
One of the best freshmen in the Big 12.
Yeah. Runner-up in the voting for Freshman of the Year, Jake Sullivan.
Oh, you like
what a shooter, huh?
You like Iowa
State team play.
You like Jake Sullivan.
Jake has that luxury of playing with Jamal Tinsley. Cantrell Horton on the side, and he kind of stands there and fires away after they penetrate.
Evans on top. We've got Jones with the ball right now. Down low, they got Steve Thomas. He moves on top. Freshman against freshman. Thomas against Johnson. Daniels on top. Lobs it inside. Evans catches. Double teamed. And caught. Retrieved by Clarence Gilbert. One shot.
25 seconds left in the half. When Snyder stands up, they'll spread the floor for one shot.
Who would you have take the shot?
Well, you got plenty of time. Obviously, you want it in Rush's hands or Gilbert. They'll find in and see if they can create on their own. Good job so far by Wright defensively on Rush. Got to stay with him, though.
Good if it goes, and he missed everything on the shot. Caught by Sayoye. Buzzer sounds. We are at halftime.
Good comeback by this Bulldog team, Kevin.
They were down 15-0. Missouri storming out of the blocks and off to the races, but Georgia comes back and eventually took a 2-point lead, and they now take a 1-point lead to halftime, 33-32. 8th seed Georgia, 9th seeded Missouri. And let's send it over to Charles Davis. Coach Duke and CBS's coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship will continue after this message And a word.